So Stan, good to have you on, brother. So first off, I appreciate you for coming on, and we're just going to go through a couple of questions just to kind of get your experience. And so first question is like, who are you, what do you do, and how long have you been doing this?
Okay, so yeah, I'm Stan. I'm running a company called Visualytics, and
Yeah.
what we do is basically we streamline and design the operations for different kinds of B2B businesses, mostly agencies that are operations heavy. We've been in this business for roughly like 6 years so far. I've been doing before like different kinds of like analytics and so, but Visualytics exists for like a bit over like 2 years, and we've been working with you specifically on the recreation of our branding and the new landing page for us.
Good to know. And you're definitely one of the top in the space, bro, because basically like everyone works with you in terms of like setting up the operations and everything.
Oh yeah.
So that's really good to hear. So what did you need help with before, coming on with us? I know we reached out to you on Twitter after you like made a post or something. So like walk me through that.
Yeah, that's actually wasn't a very simple process for us as well. Seemed like we had like extremely horrible website before. I just compiled this in Framer like in basically for like 3 hours, and we had a website for a year or so. It's completely horrible. We changed a lot of our positioning as the company, and we went like up market pretty much. We started charging much more. We started to reach out like to significantly bigger agencies, and so far we've been experiencing kind of like issues with the perception of our company. Many of like our like leads being considering us as some kind of like generic automation agencies, and so
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wasn't very flattering, like
Yeah.
definitely. So it required lots of changing in terms of the perception, branding, and obviously website.
Yeah.
That was the thing for me because like I've been speaking with lots of companies, just like to properly assess what we should do in terms of the rebranding, how we should rebrand, how we should rebuild the website, and mostly we've been getting very non-sophisticated replies from many
Yeah.
like design agencies, and so they've been just implemented some like generic templates without listening to our actual desire, like to be
Yeah.
positioned in like very premium enterprise level, all this kinds of stuff. And like actually starting to work with you, it was very easy to see that you actually took all of this serious because like we've developed a very extensive and extremely boring and long brief of what we actually are looking forward, and you've been
Yeah.
able to go through all of this in detail and actually
Mhm.
present me with something that actually was aligned to what we were looking for, and that was kind of exceptional because no one actually did that.
That's incredible. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah. I mean, like, just like you said, like the position of the company has, a lot to do with, the front end of what people see, which is usually the funnel or the website that they see. That's usually going to affect the perception. And a lot of people think, hey, I'm just going to throw some copy on it, then, whatever happens, happens. But like what
Yeah,
we've seen, even with, running ads to cold traffic, is that when people see that you have like a really professionally designed, website or funnel, like they trust you a lot more, right? It's not
yeah,
just about,
definitely.
throwing copy on like a blank, like a white page or whatever, a black page. Like you actually have to put thought into the design, and that's going to improve your perception a lot more, and just help with the brand integrity as well. So like when you sent us that brief, the brief was like, it was long, it was really in depth, but again, like we went back, kind of went through everything. I went through it with my designer. We kind of like figured out, okay, what direction do we want to take this based on the brief. And I think that's why we had like a really good outcome as well, because it was like a
Oh yeah,
really long brief. Not everyone is going to like read it, but like we had to make sure that we actually dialed it in. But yeah, I'm very happy with how like the results and everything. So
and
yeah,
you're
so
happy.
like yeah, incredible. I remember like, first off, we didn't like send any updates initially because we were trying to really, really dial it in, because we knew that for you to like, create the time to kind of create the positioning document and everything, you knew exactly what you wanted, and we had to make sure that we got to that outcome. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that. So like, what's the experience been like just overall?
So experience actually extremely nice, specifically in terms of I am a very like perfectionist. Like I really like I look at everything like in huge detail. If there is something like unaligned, even like a slightest bit of like even on one pixel is not looking right, I'm just gonna have this message. And like this is annoying. This is extremely annoying for lots of people that we've been working with. But your team just they were extremely patient with everything I was requesting because I was requesting a lot. And many of the stuff like they were like out of the scope, like to be honest. Like I was
Yeah.
requesting stuff that we haven't initially discussed, and the only thing I met like was like very nice and thorough feedback from your team regarding like, okay, like they weren't just implementing what I told to implement. I was getting a proper feedback if what I actually want is needed and it's
Yeah.
gonna impact like the website in the way I actually intend this to impact. So I was
Yeah.
getting very nice like consistent updates. I was getting proper consultations, and it was just genuinely nice to work. I mean,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Very good to hear. Yeah. I mean, like I think that's one thing that separates us as well is that, a lot of people get, yeah, annoyed by like when, let's say, people or clients request changes. And I love our clients. Our clients are the best. But again, like it's that kind of iterations of the small things is what actually leads to the big outcome of the funnel or website, like looking like really, really great. And that's a problem that I have as well with like some working with some freelancers is that they get really annoyed when you're trying to like make changes
Yeah,
or like make things perfect. So
this is true.
it's so annoying to work with, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I think that's why we're separated from everyone else. And I'm very happy that that stood out to you. So, what is the one thing that like stands out to you like the most? I know there's maybe a couple, but like, what's the one thing that stands out to you?
That's definitely how the website was aligned to my vision, because that was so far the toughest thing to nail. Because like I've been speaking with lots of different like web design agencies, and all this kind of stuff, and it was really uncommon for them to actually understand what I desire. It's not the generic agency website, it's not the usual funnel. We position ourselves in a pretty much a different way, and thus it require like a very sophisticated experience of the design team to be able to reproduce our vision. And thus, you've been able to do this like exceptionally quick, to be honest, because we've been working for like 3 to 4 weeks so far, and
Yeah,
we have
yeah. I
our
think you came
website
on
already.
the yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like it was extremely decent, like exceptionally decent. We have our website already rolled out, and I've been getting already like very nice feedback from my clients.
Yeah, yeah, incredible. I think you. So, what would you say to anyone who's on the fence? Like someone who's like, hey, I want to get this website done, I want to get this funnel done, but I've tried out a couple people, and maybe they're just not understanding the vision, just like you had. What would you say to them? What would you say to anyone that's on the fence?
I mean, that's absolutely obvious choice. I was postponing this for a very long time, and I'm kind of regretting it right now because I do probably like lost lots of deals because of my like exceptionally poor perception, and, like of the people's perception of my like previous website. Let's just go for it. Specifically because not only the capabilities of the Brilliance team and so on, but also the approach of not just designing a page, but designing a page in the way that's gonna convert people. So like it's
Yeah,
not only about the design in general, but the Brilliance gave me like very nice feedback on creation of the funnel, or like Brilliance deconstructed my actual possible funnels for the website and so on and so forth.
yeah,
And that actually helped me a lot. Because of that, I'll be able to charge more. I'll be able
yeah.
to close more people. And this is basically this is the obvious decision for most of the people that were in my spot. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know we're going to be, working a lot more exciting stuff in the future. So,
100%.
as a lot of people know, like we do like, our position is like we build out a lot of these funnels about, we build out these websites, but again, like some of the most interesting stuff is like, when we actually get to the stuff that obviously, we've talked about privately that I'm not going to share here, but like I'm
Yeah.
very excited for what we're going to be, building in the future. And hopefully we can get that we can snap and get to scale harder with like, the new offers that you come
That's the
down with.
goal for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So I'm very happy with you, coming on, and I'm looking forward to all of the work that we're going to be doing in the future. And I truly appreciate. And another thing as well is like, people really underestimate the power of really good clients, and I think you've been an exceptional client in terms of like how you've been very quick with like feedback and like just giving us the information that we need to go and execute. Like believe it or not, we've like worked with clients where it just takes weeks to get like things back and trying to like get like the basic, like let's say record a VSL or let's say record some ads, like it's just like taking weeks. So
I'm not in love with you,
you've done
but yeah.
exactly. So you've done things like really, really quick, and I appreciate you for the experience as well on the client side. So yeah, really good having you, my brother.
That's
Yeah.
really great.
So
That's good.
thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to plug Stan's details in the description of this on YouTube. But yeah, man, if you guys got any value out of this, or you guys need a funnel or website build, just click the link in the description. Schedule a call with me, and I'll see if and how we can help you. With that being said, I appreciate you for coming on. Thank you for stopping by.
My
Take
pleasure.
care.
Nice one.
Take care, everyone. Bye bye.